across Indonesia. 2 in Jakarta, 2 in Surabaya, 1 in Medan, 1 in Malang, 1 in Makassar, and 1 in Banda Aceh. Fact number 3. There are 2 advisors in Education USA at America Pacific Place, Jakarta. And it is the only Education USA center that is open and available every day. But we are currently going virtual. Don't worry, we can still meet you. Register for an advising appointment. It's easy. Just email us at jakarta.adamerica@educationusa.org. And we'll set a time and date for a session. If you can't wait, then head straight to our dedicated Zoom meeting room. Our advisors are standing by every day from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Go to Zoom and enter the ID number 276-124-396. We'll see you there! Fact number 4. Advisors offer a wide range of in-person and virtual services for students and their families. Based on your 5 steps to US study, a guide to navigating the US higher education application process. Advisors provide information on a host of topics including the admissions process and standardized testing requirements, how to finance a US education, the student visa process, and preparing for departure to the United States. And all of our services are free of charge. Fact number 5. One of the most well-known services that people visit Education USA at America for is the US Admission Essay Review. In 2019, there were 416 essay review sessions conducted in at America. So, what are you waiting for? Plan your US study early and don't worry, you're not alone because Education USA is here for you.
Welcome back to America TV. Back again with me, Fifi. We welcome all of our audience member our member joining us online. We hope that you are doing well and stay safe. So for those of you who never know what America is the U.S. Embassy American Center here in Jakarta, and our mission is to provide a space for young Indonesians to learn more about the United States. We have temporarily moved to a solely digital platform, but you can enjoy us from the comfort of your own home. And for you guys who are joining with us right now via America website, Twitter, Facebook, and Periscope Live, you can simply leave your questions at the comment box for each platform. And in this episode, we will discuss about manifested melody. So you guys could spend your time at home by stimulating your eyes and ears with this original act of artistic innovations, inspired by MoMA and performed by our talented team of U.S. Visual and Performing Arts School graduates. And before we begin, let's break the ice with a little game. So the questions for today's event is, true or false, music can improve your mental health? I repeat one more time, true or false, music can improve your mental health? You guys can answer the question by commenting at our live on Facebook at America. Stay tuned until the end of the program. We will give live shout out at the end of the event to you guys with correct answer. Other than that, don't forget to take a selfie and tag America Instagram account. Without further ado, we already connected to our moderator for today, Mbak Isabella. Hello, Mbak Isabella.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? How are you today? Nice to meet you online.
Nice to meet everyone in their digital platforms.
Yep, I hope everyone are doing well during this pandemic time. I hope semuanya tetap sehat.
Same goes to you and everyone also watching. I hope you all are staying safe and staying healthy and, doing our very best to minimize COVID-19 event, wherever you guys may be.
All right. So, Isabella, are you ready?
Ready?
All right. So, take it away. The floor is yours.
So, thank you very much to At America for holding this event. Again, this is quite an interesting and dynamic, very innovative event. And we're here to actually provide not only just music and art, but also to, as they said, stimulate your emotions. Sometimes we may feel blue, sometimes we may feel anxious and lonely. And we only hope that, by music and art, we can explore something new and we can still stay connected. So I am actually honored to be able to moderate these amazing performers and artists who are here right now, and they have pre-recorded a piece, and also they have we're going to see them create a live piece work of art. So without further ado, I am going to introduce our three amazing musicians and one of the best artists out there. And I hope that you guys also enjoy the event, and also be sure to follow at America and also follow all of these amazing artists and performers at their personal social media account to know more about their works and follow their platform. So our first performer is Misael Tambunan. Misael Tambunan is acting as a composer, an educator, a pianist, where his music has been featured both nationally and internationally from Europe, Georgia, France, Thailand, China, Indonesia, and of course the United States of America. Some of his professional ensembles and orchestras have been featured in his original composition, such as Peabody Chamber Opera and Ensemble in Maryland, Baltimore, Amarillo Symphony in Texas, the Antwerp Symphony in Belgium, the American Open Ears in Oregon, the Neo Jakarta City Philharmonic in Indonesia, the MTNA in Carnegie Hall, and Imani Winds in New York City. He has attended some prestigious schools, including Peabody Institute of Johns Hopkins, Eastman, Spedici, Conservative, and SAE Institute, and studied under the following so many amazing teachers. So, upon returning from the United States, Misael is now currently serving as the chair of composition in the music conservatory here in Jakarta in UPH. So we're going to listen at his composition and his piece today. Our next performer is the singer, Vera Anastasia, in her Instagram at Vera the Music, who is an Indonesian soprano, classical crossover songstress, who performed in national and international events such as Sonic Blossom by Lee Mingwei, Daily Fashion Nights 2018 for the Faces of Rinaldi Unardi, and some concerts as a soloist also in Jakarta City Philharmonic, Nusantara Symphony Orchestra, and other embassies events. We will be welcoming Vera Anastasia. Our next musician is Windy Setiadi, and her Instagram is WNDYSTD, and she is a Jakarta-based sound engineer and also instrumentalist. She gained her Bachelor of Music from the Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts, and also from New York University, where she received her master's degrees in music technology. She was also appointed by the Permanent Mission of the Republic of Indonesia to the United Nations to educate and promote Indonesian traditional music at the United Nations in Indonesia in New York City. We will be welcoming Windy Setiadi. And last but not least, our artist in the room, Monica Hapsari, and you can find her Instagram at Monica Hapsari. Monica is known as a blacksmith vocalist and also one of the fashion lecturers who was born in 1983 in Jakarta. She is known as fashion illustration and likes to combine various medias and also ornaments. She created a number of works, watercolors, charcoals, and textile materials, and is also one of the FSRD students at the Textile Technology Department of Bandung Institute of Technology in 2002. We will be welcoming her art and the artist herself today at this event. So without further ado, please, I present to you guys Manifested Melody. Enjoy. So, guys, that was amazing. And thank you for all the performance and also for Monica Hapsari. It's an amazing process and it's something new. And I can't wait to hear from the performers and also the artists, and also from the audience of what you think the life experience is like. So, without further ado, we're going to give some time for Monica Hapsari to clean and prepare for the panel. And we're going to jump right quick to the question and answer session where I will be joined with all the performers today. And also, we will be getting some questions from the audience. So, if you guys have burning questions, be sure to put into the question box, and the At America officials will be moderating the questions, and we will be taking some of the questions also at the end. But now let's start with our question and answer session from our performers. Okay. All right. Are we all here? Can you guys?
Yes.
Hello. Yay.
Hello.
So we're still waiting for Monica, but since you guys are all here, would like to congratulate everyone for the great piece and also for the great, I guess, initiative and also your time to pre-record this, to think of this and create this composition. I know it's a lot of effort, and I hope that you guys are staying healthy and safe also.
First of all, thank you so much for At America to hold this event, and we're really blessed to hold this event for you too and for the audience at home.
Yeah, this is amazing. And so I think while we are also Here it's very. I have several questions for the four of you here, but for you guys performers, what how was the overall experience?
Um, for me, it was quite an exciting project because it's quite different from my performance in any events like usually like in corporate or in like weddings or any events and concerts. It's quite different, this one. And it's amazing because we were performing, we already performed it for real, like three of us. And I think the real one was quite really, 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 how to put it? It's really, really making me like goosebumps. Compared to the working from home things like now.
Yeah, you must have. So, how about for our composer, Misael? How was the overall experience for you?
Well, it's very, very fascinating to have the wonderful performers and also the painter. Oh my God. Look at that painting. Like, I was just like, wow, can I capture that? Like, can I screenshot that or something? Can I have that painting at last? Just because every single time when I hear my music, it's just like way too different. Can't just like judge from one to another of my music separately, but I would have to be honest that this project has make us like to into another level, just because like we have to hear everyone else's ideas, right? Like by pre-recording like all the tracks and the music itself, not only just like looking at the score, it just like gave us another experience and also dig our another opportunities to explore our improvisation skills. And actually, I love that. Like I didn't even imagine that this piece is gonna be this far, just because like this piece is just very simple. It's a very simple idea, cease to exist. The title is very very straightforward, where um, a person who actually really struggle to exist, but actually she or he wants to be existed, and just like came up from that idea. And actually, these performers just brought this music internationally. So I'm very proud and happy for that.
That's amazing. So before we go forward to the painting, because all of us want to see the painting and also the amazing, we're going to ask, I know, see how it is also, and we'll like to see how it is also. So, but since we're talking with the composer himself, the next question is, what is the key message what is the key message in your piece? Like, why this piece? Why do you choose to write this piece?
Is that towards to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Why I chose this piece? Well, actually, this is a very funny experience where currently I am teaching in one of the high-level conservatories in Indonesia, where most of my students are finding inspirations, right? So I had like to think and giving them like fresh ideas. And for me, to be honest, it's very, very hard thing to do. But I would say I hope my student is watching me right now, that I got the inspiration actually from one of my students, where she or he actually is really struggling to get an idea. And when I gave her or him the idea of my idea that I've never been created of, that it gave me like another perspective where actually I have to write this kind of music, because like she or he kept asking me like like how to make my piece become really interesting, or like how to make my piece not just like stuck in one of the idea. And I'm trying like to find an idea for her to make it like very clear for her so that like she can like digest everything really well. So actually this typical music where Actually, in the program notes, it's already said. It's been said that it was adopted from the MoMA, or Museum of Modern of Arts in New York. So most of the music over there are being adapted or collaborated with the paintings and music, and which is like a very very fantastic ideas, right? So I was thinking about how about like make this idea, a very simple idea, bringing back to Indonesia, and then using the techniques of one of the composers of American composer actually. Yeah, it's called the Indeterminacy. It's from John Cage, right? John Cage idea. Also a little bit of minimalistic here. Steve Reich, Philip Glass, and Morton Feldman. Like those composers just like inspired me to write this music. And actually, that's it. And when I saw this performer that can do this music into the high level of creativity, yeah, I'm very blessed.
That's amazing. And I hope that your students are proud also in the conservatory. And the last maybe questions, since we're talking about students, is what do you want the audience to take away from this experience?
Well, I hope they don't just like think that music it's only for people who like to listen, but actually for those who would like to see and experience another kind of level of music experience. So by just like looking at the visual of the painting and then like listen to the music that never been composed before, it just like make the audience feel. I hope like you guys will feel the new nuances and atmosphere at home. Like I know probably for some of you guys feel like, wow, this music is very very intense. But like through the intensity, actually you can create some conflicts there, some interaction, some conversation, some experience, some like just like maybe some people found it as a like a happy or like a indulgement experience. Like so we never know. So you guys should decide like how you guys feel at home, then just put it down there on the box to ask questions.
That's amazing. And congratulations again for the amazing
Thank
piece.
you so much.
And so my next question goes to the other two performers, Vera and Windy. And for Vera, that was you're an opera singer, and so this is a new uncharted territory that you're looking also. So how did you manage to embody these emotions while singing? And you're an opera singing, and how did you had to embody feelings and acting almost when doing this piece?
Well, I do learn some opera songs and aria songs and leaders for my basic vocal training, but usually I do sing crossover genres. And actually, the first time singing this piece, it was kind of awkward because since this is quite new for me to jump into like a contemporary piece, and it was different because it has no limitations like should I sing like a certain note, or like do I need to sing it like beautifully, or such things to make the vocal sounds like maybe it sounds nice, but this term in this one I don't have any boundaries or limitations. So it was sure quite challenging, especially when the part came when I have to laugh and then I have to cry, and then actually it was easier to perform it live together, three of us in one stage, and to do it separately. But still, it was an exciting experience.
Well, that you did amazing and you did great. So all of you did, and I hope that the audience also see that and feel that at home. And if you have questions for either the event or even to certain panels and also certain of our performers or artists, I will remind you again to be sure to put it in the chat box any of your questions or anything you would like the panelists to answers. And so still with Vera, I guess, what was the hardest part? Like, what's the biggest challenge in this event for you?
The biggest challenge is because number one, I have no acting class at all. And then because I need to do like a bit of role playing, and then and of course by doing it separately at our own places, because and the challenge is maybe because we do it separately, so I need to scream, to laugh, to cry like a, I don't know, like crazy girl, and it was such in a quiet neighborhood actually. I was thinking like, oh my god, maybe is it possible that my neighbor thinks that, oh my god, this girl is going crazy because she's like at home like too long. So yeah, it's
You're
the
doing
biggest
awesome,
challenge.
Vera.
And then thank you, Miss Style. That because we have done it live before, and and it was quite maybe the lighting, the ambience is very conducive, so it really made me like with the goosebumps and everything. Actually, it's not that challenging like doing it our own, like separately.
Wow.
So yeah.
I guess that is true for a lot of performers and artists, is in this kind of like unprecedented circumstances that we are at because of COVID-19, when you are used to performing in front of audiences and now you are performing in front of a screen, and you don't know how the audience will react. You don't know how their emotions, either their questioning, their facial gestures. So I guess maybe that what Vera was saying was that the biggest challenge is not having an audience, so you do not know how they are receptive of your singing and your performance. But either way, you still made it work, and again, congratulations. So yeah,
Thank you.
moving to our next performer, Mbak Windy. Now, Mbak Windy, tell us more about actually, we want to know the recording process. You know, how did you record it, and how did you put the three pieces together and mesh them together into creating this, very unique experience? Because again, it's not only piano that you're having and singing, you are playing the accordion. So how did you manage to put into it?
Actually, what I did was I was just using the Missiles guide, which is only the piano. And so I just like, the hardest part is like keeping time, because we have to like be precise with the tempo. And not the tempo, I mean the timing. We have to start together and finish together. So I think what I did was like, watch the score and watch the timer at the same time.
Okay, that is very, very true. And again, so what was your, I think the same question with her, like, what do you think is your biggest challenge moving forward, even with knowing that a lot of the performance that you're going to do in the accordion will be pre-recorded? Like, will that be a challenge?
Well, I've been doing a lot of pre-recorded stuff, but this one is really hard because there is no certainty. Like, you have to like do a lot of improvisation, and I don't know when I should be going slow or fast. Like, it's really hard to play the dynamics when you're not with the other performers. That's probably the hardest part.
True. But the three of you guys are indeed professional performers, and you made it work either way. And how long did you guys actually? I think the audience also want to know how many takes did you do for this? Was it one take, or you have a couple of takes? How many was it? We want to know.
I did one.
One, really? Nice.
Me
The
about
only
more than
one.
3 times.
So Misael did one, Vera did 1 till 3 times, and Windy, how many times? How many takes did you? 3 times. Wow.
3 times. I did 3 times. 3 times with some of the canceled. Oh my god, this is canceled, so I delayed it. So I didn't count it.
You should have
Because
put the
sometimes I
bloopers.
forgot to look at the timer, you know.
Yeah, me too. That's also the biggest challenge because they have. I mean, we all have the different timing, and but we all have to finish at 4 minutes 59 seconds.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. But it's still amazing that you guys only take 1 and 3 takes. I think if it was me or anyone that is not like, this is the first time, it will take like 10 or 15 takes. But again, to the audience, these are amazing performers. Go check their platforms. And if you guys can also tell your Instagram and where to find each of your guys's pieces and work. So Misael, where can our audience find you?
On my social media, Mr. Tambuwon, and my Facebook, Misael Alahrens, and my YouTube channel, Misael Tambuwon. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
It got lost for a bit. But for Mbak Vera, your social media platforms.
My social media platform, you can find me on Instagram, on YouTube as well with my channel. The name is the same, Vera the Music.
Okay. And Mbak Windy.
Well, I'm antisocial, but anyway.
Okay.
Now we are. That's
It's the best.
Well, that was,
Well, I do have my
No.
Instagram as Setiadi, just as written in my profile, but I don't really use it.
well, that's still amazing. Either way. And or maybe like your thing, Classic House, right? That was a
Oh,
project.
that's right. Yeah, you guys can check out my project. It's Classic House. It's a classical music society.
And the Instagram is at classic with a K, right?
KLASSIKHAUS. Thanks for the
Gotcha.
reminder. I
That's
almost
amazing.
forgot about it.
Thanks for the reminder.
But go check
Sometimes
out.
you guys, sometimes you guys need to know that musicians are never being serious all the time, but we also a jokester. So
Well, we need that.
Yeah,
we need that
these
in our
things
life.
make the music alive. Anyway.
Yay! Love it.
Anyways, we're almost in our last panel. And without further ado, let me introduce Mbak Monica Hapsari. Can't wait to have
Oh yeah!
First of all, we would just like to say
Look at
it's
that
an
painting. Can we just like look at the painting for like
Personally,
Can we look at
5
the
seconds, maybe?
Yeah.
Am I on mute? No,
No,
Can you,
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Yeah,
Look at the
I mean,
painting. Amazing.
Final product.
I'm being honestly serious because I really need to rehearse a lot more, and it's 5 minutes, Misael. Give me a longer version of song, please. Next time.
Sure,
Almost catch my
I'll give you
breath,
20
right?
minutes.
Almost like a sprint in running, like.
So,
Yes.
Mbak Monica Hapsari,
Yes.
rapid fire questions here.
Okay.
So, what will you name your artwork right now? And tell us more about it.
Mm.
Suddenly blank. Suddenly
No,
blank.
it's because it's in response to Misael songs, right? And then I don't know why. You can call it alignment or things like that because we all do having this kind of situation here in our own home. Each of us, we have this depressive, maniacal, monstrous side of us that somehow in this pandemic era it manifested, right? But a lot of people are very this kind of thing. Sometimes they are being very scared of, feared of, but it's still human. And most of the time, when we don't have situation like pandemic, we seal them, we conceal them, and then we pretend that they aren't exist, and we pretend to be a happy human, to be a positive human. But I ask you now, what is positivity without negativity? Because they both are the same supporting system. You cannot evolve when you don't have negativity, right? And then those kind of things really shock my heart out during this isolation, because we cannot deny it anymore. We have depression, we have anxieties, but what's next? What is the solution, right? We stay put, and then we will have that anxiety forever unless we try to be solutive and do something through artwork, one of the way. Because this is my personal opinion. I have seen art in any kind of form, and then personally, I am thankful because, well, let's make art back in the throne, back to its essential function, not only for self-glorification, not only for popularity, because the most essential function of art is to heal, is to evolve, is to make human get the bigger knowledge or get some sort of manifesting the more essential truth and essential knowledge. That is what art is here for at the very first place. And then somehow, from my personal opinion, including me, I am polluting that before. And let's make that back again, right? Cease to exist. The title is Cease to Exist, because I'm drawing a landscape before, and then it doesn't work out. But I'm trying to draw landscape before. I'm trying to draw landscape, but at the end, I draw this circle, right? I draw this circle, and then I shut down the lamp, and then basically what we see right now, what we perceive, they doesn't even exist. We thought this is reality, but it doesn't even exist at the very first place, right? It's all just a projection of our inner self. What we believe, what we perceive, they exist to us. So yeah, cease to exist. None of this is real, by the way. I don't sound like a crazy person, right?
Sounds good. You did well.
So we actually have a question already from the audience.
Yes.
We have a question to Monica, actually, from Wilhelmina Maria Lou from YouTube, asking, "Dear
That's
painter."
my student.
Wow.
Hi, Wilma.
Hey. Dear painter, how do you elaborate your ideas through your painting? How do you involve music in your painting? So I think it's a two-part question here. How do you elaborate your ideas to your painting? I think you kind of answered a bit of that. How do you now involve the music aspect in your painting as an artist?
It's just kind of hard, but also kind of easy, because I sometimes I do music. I'm not a musician, but I play around with music. I play around with vocals, and then I'm triggered so much by audio. Triggered so much because most of my practice and experiment, they come both ways. Audio, visual, and then some of my songs, I didn't even consider that song, yeah. Some of my bunyi-bunyian as sounds like whatever sound I make. Sometimes I make the artwork, the visual artwork also, because it's I hope I'm already done with the age of I'm trying to be perfect at all, because it's kind of boring to me in a way. It makes something inside me dead, because perfection, it is not human for me. It is not human, and then it is makes our skill grow stronger, but our sense got dead somehow. And then what I see in Misael's work, I see basically I see myself. I see the monstrous side. I see that's why in the end I didn't use brush, right? I use my own hand. Yeah, I guess.
I saw that. I saw.
Yeah.
I was about to ask.
Yeah. And then it just electrified me in a way, because I'm practicing this piece, but it doesn't come out like it's not like my practice at all. But that's the most important thing about performances. Somehow something beyond me, beyond human, was there, and then I cannot ever took credit on this painting. I cannot ever took credit on my music or sounds. I'm just here as a tool of transmission for me. Yeah, for me. I do a lot of talking like this. You should cut me out.
So we have a question again from the audience. This question is from Spencer Cunningham on YouTube. Asked, are you composing and practicing more or less during PSBB? So I think this is a question for all of the performers here also, who are composers and musicians, and also to also relevant to Monica also as an artist. Are you guys composing more during lockdown period, and also are you painting more during lockdown period? It's open to the anyone who wants to answer.
I guess Windy should answer that.
Huh? No, I'm not composing anything.
Oh yeah, because
I'm
Windy just
finishing
had a
my-
performance.
Right.
right.
Yes.
What?
This is so
She
Windy.
just had a performance. That's right.
What performance?
She will
Oh,
nail
okay.
this
You
question.
forgot already. The performance with
What?
Hazim.
No. Oh, that was like a classical music. It's not my composition at all. Like I've been busy finishing my audio installation, so I don't really have time to compose anything at the moment.
Not really in composing. I think the question is more
Yeah.
like practicing and like playing your instruments and all that. So
Oh, yeah,
do you
I've
have
been
more
doing it.
times? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. I do a lot of unimportant things with some songs.
Yeah, we get a lot of covers and
Yeah. We got a lot of invitation for jammings. The important one and the unimportant one.
So in here, these amazing individuals are still staying creative, and they are still giving us also entertainment in our media platforms, right? When we are still working from home. So again, thank you guys, and actually keep on composing and practicing even more during lockdowns, right? It's
Yes.
a great time. We have time.
Mm.
Yeah. So here's another question from Scott Hartman, who asked, how did the Museum of Modern Art inspire all of you? And this is, I think, a good question also for Monica. How did MoMA inspire you?
Basically, MoMA certainly inspired us, maybe not just me, because in some way, musicians also have to deal with visual in a way, right? It gives the knowledge of context for me, because here I don't know, but I guess that in here we talk about the context of contemporary art, right? So in my side, it's very important if you talk about context, because not just the visual, but why does the visual exist? What kind of tool that it's made of? Because the tool also have semiotic, right? Also have the language of the visual, of the concept, of the context. And then for instance, this work, I hardly use fluorescent paint. I never use a fluorescent paint in my work, but the context of this project is I am triggered by the song, right? Not the other way around. Or probably one day we could do the other way around, right? It sounds intriguing, but because I saw this song is I have this intensity, and then it's a very complex feeling, but in the end it makes me feel nothing, right? So that is the context I want to portray And then the kind of the method of thinking. If you ask me how MoMA inspired me, is the method of thinking. The same goes to any kind of contemporary visual art. For me, is things like that.
Okay. And still a follow-up question from Scott Hartman again from YouTube is there any other online mixed platform such as this kind of collaborative interactive music and art experience that you guys probably would like to all of the audience and all of us to know? Maybe it's a question directed to Misael.
Well, particularly collaborating with paintings, I don't think so. I haven't seen one, or maybe like if I seen one, it's not actually in the media, or like I wouldn't be able to find anywhere else's. So basically, that was just like hard time for me to find resources, because like we live here in Indonesia where we do have like a limited resources, especially for arts. So I think just curating some ideas and then connect with some musicians, like local musicians, or even with us, that you can get like some updates about those kind of music. And if you would like to have those kind of music to be around you, then probably we can connect you with some people, or even like coming to our events.
Wow, I think that's really a great platform and a great, I guess, thing that people should know more during lockdown and PSPB, I think, right now in COVID-19. Yeah. And oh yeah, Mbak Monica, you haven't shared where can we find your platform, and where can we find your artworks and your, I guess, your paintings and your other events?
You can find it on my Instagram. I have at Monica Hapsari. I don't have Facebook. And then come to my house. Yeah, that's
Okay, Mon. It's
Maybe
past
not in
BB, you know.
COVID-19.
I needed to see a human being, not in the social media.
Not on the
platform.
screen.
Come into my house. My address is in Jalan Baratakarya.
Censor.
Wow, we just got a massive invite here. And I'm pretty sure your house is artistic and it's amazing, and it's going to have a lot of, it's a refreshing.
Yeah. You were all invited. Just on one note, you all stay in the garage, yeah? And then I'm on. And I will give the drink from the window, and then it's okay. We still can connect though.
We can still practice social
Actually,
distancing.
Isabella.
Yeah.
Actually, Isabella, I think I have to cut off. Sorry for that. But I just remembered to respond the questions of Scott. Actually, I just remembered some music that you can check online. Actually, oh my God, like, I'm sorry, like, if you watch this, but like, actually, my professor is doing this a lot of time, like every single premiere that he has, actually, it's always like collaborated with videos, or even with paintings, even with the photos and photographic and stuff that he's been pictured all over the world. His name is Michael Hirsch. He's the chair of composition in Peabody Conservatory, Johns Hopkins. And also you can check one more guy is Mario Davidovsky. And he's one of the teachers back in Columbia Universities in New York.
Wow.
Those two great composers are really worth to be watched and checked. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Sorry for the
And
interruption.
That's awesome. And for that matter, that is the end of our question and answer session. And also, again, I think our event, and be sure to follow their platforms and their projects in their respective social media accounts, Facebook, or even house, apparently. Because these are amazing artists, and we do hope that we have given a nice, refreshing afternoon of music and art. Any last words from the panelists and the performers here?
May I add something? No?
Sure.
Okay. Just this is for myself, and hopefully it is useful for everyone, because here's the thing. Sometimes there are limitations such as this condition, right? Isolation. But the way we perceive something, it's absolutely everything. We could think of this as a stepping stone for a more revolution ahead, or we could consider this as a way to be crushed down. But it's all in our hand. Yeah.
Yes.
I talk all the time. Please cut me, please.
We're inspiring.
We got time. We got time. You're good.
So, any other last note? No. Well, in that matter, I then will yield back the online digital platform back to Fifi and the team at America. And we do hope that we have provided a inspiring evening to all of you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and be sure to practice physical and social distancing. And even the smallest act can make the biggest difference. So hope you guys are staying safe and sane. We'll see you later.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
so
to all
much.
of thank you to all of our
Thank you
performers.
at America.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, speakers.
Thank you,
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all for our performers, speakers, and also moderator for sharing the great session tonight, and of course for answering all of the questions from our participants. And earlier in the event, we asked you guys, true or false, music can improve your mental health, and the correct answer is yes, true. A 2016 study found music listening could boost your mood and well-being without suffering from cognitive decline. And shout out to Spencer Cunningham for answering correctly. Congratulations. And thank you to everyone who has participated. Don't forget to tune in next time and catch a chance to get a shout out from us. Now, you may be wondering, how can you develop an awesome idea for a place like this? Don't worry, you can send an event proposal to us by visiting our website at www.adamerica.or.id. Select create a program and go to collaborate with us. Our proposal coming to us will be reviewed and your event might be featured here soon. You can also subscribe to our newsletter for all of our weekly events updates that will be sent straight to your inbox. That wraps this episode. It has been fun, folks, but unfortunately, we have to say goodbye for now. Don't forget to follow our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at America for all of our event updates, fun content, and so much more. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for joining and see you next time on America TV. Bye-bye.